Welcome to the Pat Cave. I'm your host, Pat Clark. Or am I? No, I totally am. But today might get a little crazy because we're talking Moon Knight. Wow, that was a piece of crap cosplay. Alright, you can tell I didn't put much time into that, mainly because I was busy shopping for Moon Knight stuff. That's right, I got a shirt, 2 comic books, and a statue. Later this year, Disney Plus is going to release their new TV series Moon Knight that ties into the Marvel Universe, obviously, but it's someone that I think not a lot of people know about. So I figured, why not do an episode and show some of the merchandise that comes along with the character. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the comic books, and then before we get to the statue, I'm going to have a special guest pop into the Pat Cave and give us a little rundown on Moon Knight. But for now, it's unboxing time. Right. You know, with these purchases, I kind of have to open them to double check if I got the right book. My very first episode, I opened up a book and it was the wrong one, so that was a good time. So yeah, I kind of have to just take a little peek. I haven't really undone the bubble wrap yet, so this is my first time seeing this comic. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we've got Marvel Comics Moon Knight #1, the first issue from his own solo run, back in 1980. Ooh-wee! We got a 9.4 CGC Universal Grade. Oh, I love the colors of this cover. You got the purple, big yellow lettering, little accents of green. 50 cents at the time. Oh, a little bit of Legos on the back. Love that. Okay, so before I open up the other comic, let's get into a brief history lesson on Mark Spector, Moon Knight. Moon Knight first appeared in 1975 in Werewolf by Night #32. The character was created by writer Doug Moench and artist Don Perlin. Mercenary Mark Spector had lived a life of violence, selling his services to anyone who would pay him when he was left for dead in the desert. Dragging himself to an ancient tomb, he died from his injuries, but resurrected by the moon god Khonshu. Mark believed he had been brought back to be the agent of vengeance, and relocated to New York City to begin his war on the unjust. Adopting new identities, he mingled with high society as millionaire Stephen Grant, and patrolled the streets as taxi driver Jake Lockley. But he delivered vengeance as Moon Knight. Foregoing stealth, Moon Knight wears white to honor Khonshu and to make sure that his targets see him coming.
Face the vengeance of the Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's someone I wanted to know more about as a kid, but they didn't make cartoons of him. He popped up once or twice in a Spider-Man show, and when he did, I thought it was awesome. I want to know more. That's why I was super excited when they announced Oscar Isaac was playing Moon Knight in the upcoming Disney Plus series. Ho, 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 ho. Would you look at that? Same comic in a 9.6. Now this one's got a couple of those bubbles that when the plastic touches the comic book. This slab could use some cleaning up. There's a bunch of sticky stuff on it, and yeah, so maybe one for the personal collection. Honestly, this one looks way better. The 9.4 does. It's like almost like a deeper purple too. Yeah, this one, the 9.4 actually will probably stay in the personal collection. I bought these mainly because I was specking. I was Mark specking, if you will, that this show would do great. People would love this character. But yeah, these are some good looking comics. I didn't spring for the first appearance, which is, Werewolf by Night, which is a very old, expensive comic. But that one's just going through the roof since the announcement. And those old school werewolf comics, people really love that stuff. Okay, so before we get to our next unboxing, I'm going to have a fellow YouTuber hop in the Pat Cave and give us a little rundown on his statue collection. This dude is insane. Not Mark Spector insane. I'm talking like the biggest statues I've ever seen, and I've seen his channel just grow immensely in the last 2 years. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Gem Mint Collectibles into the Pat Cave. How you doing, Gem?
Yo, what's going on, Pat? I'm doing great. Happy to be here in the Pat Cave.
Well, happy to have you. Anytime, by the way, anytime. So tell me and the viewers how you got into statue collecting. You know, is this your favorite part of the hobby?
Yeah, it's got to be one of my favorite parts. I've always liked those kind of high-end collectibles as a kid that you could never afford, and now that we have adult money, we can buy whatever we want. I got into statues really when Sideshow released their Wolverine vs. Hulk maquette, because it was like mimicking the Hulk 181 cover, and at the time I was buying key issues. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to grab this. I'm going to pair it with my Hulk 181. And that was the slippery slope that sent me all the way down the rabbit hole. I've come to collect a lot of statues since then, but because of space, I always tend to kind of recycle the collection, maybe every year or so, kind of sell off a line, start a new line, have some fun with something different so that the collection doesn't get too stale. So I've been going hard now for probably, wow, it's almost 5 years.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, I watch the channel a lot. I watch it grow every week. And I actually got this one from you, bought this puppy from you. Tell me about Moon Knight. Why'd you buy this one? And are you excited for the Disney Plus series coming up?
Yeah, I'm not like a diehard Moon Knight fan. Like, I didn't grow up reading those comics. I always thought the design and the art was cool. I always kind of felt like, okay, Marvel's doing Batman here. But I've read some Moon Knight stuff since then, and he's an interesting characters, I guess you can say, with his multiple personalities. And you know, I do dig it. So I'm excited to see what they do for Disney Plus. I think all the shows have been really strong so far, and kind of testing out different genres. This one's got to feel way different than anything we've seen before from Disney Plus. So I'm definitely always excited for any new comic book show or movie. So definitely looking forward to Moon Knight, and it looks like it's going to be good. That one is a smaller scale piece, so I like to showcase all different types of scales on the channel. That's not the scale that I prefer, which is why I ended up selling it. But I don't know, I'm very much an impulse buyer too. So I'll buy things, and that'll be a cool statue to review. Maybe I'll keep it for a few months. But I prefer like the quarter scale or even the 1/3 scale, which is like, you know, 1/4 the size of a person or 1/3 the size of a person. Then you have half scales, and then you have like 1-to-1 ratio. I really like the dynamic aspect of quarter scale pieces, and I like the presence that the 1/3 scale pieces have to offer. So when it comes to like what stays in the personal collection, it's probably going to be somewhere around those scales.
Yeah, I've tried to buy some bigger stuff, and I just thought about the shelving unit and space, and it just seems like a task in its own.
Yeah, it could be daunting, and I've never really found the one that I loved. So I used to have like IKEA Bestas, but the statue started outgrowing the Bestas, like as a whole in the hobby. But now I just got in the mail yesterday 5 humongous IKEA PAX units, so we're gonna go all PAX again. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to assembling it, trying to figure out how to reinforce the shelves or get the lighting together. So it's daunting, but I think at the end, that has the cleanest look that I like.
This guy is just begging to get out of the box. So Gem, thanks for being on the Pat Cave. I'm going to get to this unboxing.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Okay, so that was Gem Mint. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram at Gem Mint Collectibles. He's got some great giveaways, great statues, like I said. And if you're into other stuff like omnibuses, comic books, all that good jazz.
You like jazz?
Letter of authenticity. Ooh, diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, my new favorite statue. Dude, if the costume looks anything like this in the show, I will be so pumped. It's got some like really realistic tears. Look at this cape coming up. It almost looks like a Spawn cape, you know? He's got like a blue tint to him, with the white, so like the white really pops on his chest. We're wearing the same logo. This is coming in at approximately 14 inches tall. Like I said, 3,000 of these made. And this base, he's got this Egyptian base that he's standing on. Bunch of hieroglyphics. Probably Khonshu, the moon god, in the front there. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a mess. Look at all this Moon Knight stuff. Well, that does it for today's episode of the Pat Cave. I got a lot of Moon Knight stuff to go through. You know, cleaning slabs to finding the perfect spot for this statue. So I will see you guys next time on the Pat Cave.